More than half of Gaza's population live in the area north of the Gaza River that's been told to evacuate. Israel has sealed off the strip, and repeated airstrikes have forced the southern exit into Egypt, the so-called Rafah crossing, to stop operating. At least 423,000 Gazans had already been displaced by those airstrikes, which the health ministry says have now killed around 1,800 Palestinians, many of them children. Hamas, which is designated a terrorist group by the UK, says 13 of its hostages were killed in the last day of strikes. The number of people killed in Israel since Hamas launched its brutal attack has passed 1,300, most of them civilians too. The group continues to fire barrages of rockets at Israel. Some hit Ashkelon and Sderot. Others were launched at northern Israel. And in the West Bank, Israeli forces have killed 9 Palestinians after clashes broke out as people marched in solidarity with Gaza. 44 people have been killed there since Saturday. That's according to the Palestinian Authority. With roads turned to rubble by airstrikes and fuel running out, the UN says it's impossible to evacuate such a huge number of people in such a short space of time. And for people who are seriously ill or injured, it amounts to a death sentence. Paul McNamara looks at what such a massive evacuation means in a place like Gaza and how a ground invasion might unfold.
Tanks and troops amassing in their thousands along the border with Gaza. Positions already dug in and firing. What's expected next? A vast escalation. Israel has called for everyone north of the wetland called Wadi Gaza, including Gaza City, to evacuate south. Some 1.1 million people. But it's not just homes that must be evacuated. This area contains at least 10 hospitals, 3 UN-run compounds and 2 refugee camps. From the top of Gaza to the Wadi, it's only about 10 miles, a 4-hour walk on clear roads. But since Saturday, there have been more than 6,000 airstrikes across Gaza, leaving many roads unpassable. And if the deadline is to be met, since announcing it last night, 46,000 people would have had to cross from north of Gaza to the south every single hour.